Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, October 31st of 2021. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. You know, it just occurs to me as I said that, create a sustainable environment in a peaceful world. Our world is evolving into higher vibrations. Things are speeding up. We've been hearing that terminology for quite some time. We are moving into an era of peace, an era of unconditional love, an era of compassion. It's kind of like, do we have to, I guess the question that comes up, do we have to create that? Or is it being created and we need to evolve with it, or better yet, evolve now to be prepared for it, to help to shepherd the transition and pave the way, if you will, into this era that we're moving into? What do you think? Ponder on that one. I believe that, you know, it's one of those things just like birth, like childbirth. We're going, the baby is being born, the planet is transitioning. We know it's coming. And honestly, when you think about that, just take that into your heart. When you know that an era of peace and unconditional love and compassion is coming, and that you are here and you can experience it. And tomorrow's not promised. I know that, living with a 99-year-old, but just give your heart that gift. Give your heart that gift and witness your heart. What does your heart do with that? What does your heart do with the message of, we are going to live in peace? Peace is here, and love is here, and compassion is here and available. And not only can you have it from an inner, but our world is transitioning so that it will be not only an inner state that we choose, but a way of life on the planet. I feel like up until this time, we've really been on that create the inner environment so that the experience will be one that is immersed in love and compassion. But whisper that little gift into your heart. Your experience will soon be one of love and compassion and peace on the inner and on the outer. What does your heart say to that? How does your heart respond to that news? Certainly makes that, and put in air quotes, work of creating an environment of sustainability and peace. Rather than working to create it, it is a subsisting in it, resting into it, swimming in the ocean, because this is the nature of the ocean. Think about that. Think about that. Feel into that. Because parts of us naturally, because the way that we have been conditioned, the soup that we've been swimming in to date, the environment that we've lived in, the cultures we've lived in, the societal expectations, all of this templates us and conditions us into certain ways of believing and behaving and expectations. We have all of that imprinted into the psyche and into the nervous system and into the cellular consciousness. And now we get to allow that all to shift so that we can ease into this experience of subsisting in unconditional love and compassion and peace. Breathe that in, and you can give yourself an audible sigh. Breathe that in, receive it, and let it land. And let's come into our prayer and healing circle, our meditation and healing circle. Let's come into our circle, sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. And together, let's bring all of our focus and attention to the center of the circle, and together let's call on our source. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure, unconditional love. We ask you to send your essence of unconditional love, and just feel, if you can, or imagine or perceive in whatever way you do, this unconditional love, like this gentle ocean, filling the entire center of our circle, setting the container of our virtual space to be that ocean of unconditional love that we can swim in, exist in, subsist in, to know as our reality on the inner and the outer. I invite you again to be here now. Bring your focus, your attention, your presence to be in this ocean of unconditional love. And as you inhale, breathe that love into your heart and into the core of your body. And as you exhale, let yourself drop in, land in this ocean, swim in this water of unconditional love. And feel this vibration and this experience of unconditional love. Feel that as your experience of life in this moment. And continue to breathe in this vibration of unconditional love. And let it fill the core of your body as you inhale. And as you exhale, just let your entire body relax into the ocean. And if your body wants to float in this ocean, you can allow your body to have movement. You might imagine your arms floating up and rippling with the gentle ripples on the water. And let all of the fluid essence of your body just float in this ocean and ripple with this ocean. And give yourself breath, give yourself movement, give yourself sound if you want to make sound. And let yourself float in this ocean of unconditional love. And again, bringing all of our focus and attention to the center of our circle, in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. And let's imagine, perceive, feel this vibration of pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle, infusing into the water of unconditional love, purifying, cleansing, expanding, pure divine light and unconditional love. And let this pure divine light, let it shine on you. Let it shine on your skin. Let it absorb into your pores. Take this light into your vessel. And imagine the water of unconditional love inside of you being illuminated and cleansed and purified and infused and expanded by this light of pure divine light. Breathe it into your core, all the way into your core. And as you exhale, drop down, land into your hips, into your pelvic bowl. Let yourself be present in your body and receiving these vibrations of pure divine light and unconditional love, receiving them into your vessel, letting your vessel be filled with these divine qualities of pure divine light and unconditional love. And just notice how your body receives them. Notice how it comes in. Notice where it goes. Breathe it in. Let your vessel expand as you inhale and fill more with the divine light and unconditional love. And in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we come together. We call on you. We ask you to send your vibration of your eternal compassion. And imagine, perceive this compassion, the ocean of mercy and compassion, containing the entire existence of our space together and containing all of existence. And just imagine this completely surrounding our virtual space and also filling our virtual space and completely surrounding and holding you in a warm and gentle, safe, nurturing cradle of compassion. And imagine yourself held in the arms of compassion and nurtured and cared for in this container of compassion. The container of compassion. Compassion is the womb that contains the entire existence of our 3D material realm. This emanation that perceives itself as separate from God consciousness, but it is not. All of this is contained within the womb of compassion. And we are all one body. All cells of one body contained within the womb of compassion. And you might ask, how can my cell be in the same body as the cell of fill in the blank? Someone that you don't admire, perhaps someone you fear, perhaps someone you judge harshly as being wrong or having done wrong. There are probably a number of names you could fill into that blank. How can your cell be in the same body with those cells? How can we be one? And how can we live together in unconditional love and compassion? So as I did last week, I read the question that came through, and again, this is referring to the book download that came through at the writing retreat that I was at earlier this year. What came through was a book working title, The Answer is Love, Questions to Explore as we Transition into an Era of Peace. And what came through was 37 questions with brief responses. The question that we're exploring today, how can we embrace love when the world appears to be dominated by people who enslave others, humans and non-humans, and endanger the earth for their own domination, control, and greed, or money? Let's just even say plain old money. Money does not imply greed. So how can we embrace love when the world appears to be dominated by people who enslave others, human and animals, and endanger the earth for domination, control, and money? The response that came through I'm sorry for your pain. Know that I have you. All of you and creation are held in love. Know yourself. This is your opportunity to expand the ocean of your heart. Allow your heart to expand, and this ocean of love within your heart to expand bigger and bigger and bigger. Use the eye of your heart. Pan out. God's mercy is there containing and holding all people, all existence, all of creation. I, being the universal I can see beyond your time and space realm. All have agreed. I love them and fill them all with my mercy. I am the peace. Eternal peace exists beyond any snapshot in time. Even here, you can know love. You have to trust me. And as I was writing this, one of my own internal voices came in and said, well, are you a sadistic psycho? Forgive me. And I think this is a question that comes up sometimes. You know, it's like, well, when you look at this world, what does that say? Is God some sadistic psycho? And so that question came through my head. And it went on to say, I am not a sadistic psycho. I am love. You are love. To know love, you must know trust, mercy, and peace. To know trust, mercy, and peace, you must experience or perceive an absence of them. Rest into the ocean. Let me hold you. Fill your mind's eye with insight and knowledge that can only be known and perceived from beyond this limited time and space dimension. They each play a role on the divine stage. I see beyond this stage. I am containing the whole play and orchestrating the scene. There is purpose in all that I allow here. Open your mind's eye. Know that there is more beyond, more dimensions than you can know even in the cosmic realms. I love you. I love the animals, the insects, the birds, the trees, the water, air, rocks, mountains. Everything in creation is a part of me. Unconditional love. It is not separate from me. It is me. I love through all of this unconditionally, without separation. I am me. There is a part of me that must die, that must be sacrificed. I am sacrificing myself for the sake of love, to know love unconditionally and completely. I give everything for the love of love, to know love itself. As you must also sacrifice parts of yourself, parts you love, parts you don't, parts you know, parts that you do not know exist. They are parts that must be sacrificed without attachment, to let go of attachment, to let go of everything completely and immerse in love, non-attachment, to return to love unconditionally. One love, unity. One love, unity. So just tune into the eye of your heart. As your eye looks out on the world that you live in, invite the eye of your heart to expand its view and to open and to receive, and allow it to continue to pan out and pan out and pan out until you have a larger vantage point within the scope of your eye, and you can see that everything is contained in an ocean of mercy and in unconditional love. And imagine when the entire ocean is unconditional love and a jagged pebble drops into that ocean. What happens to the entirety of the existence of that ocean? There's not much changes about the ocean itself. The ocean just contains the rock. Now take a jagged rock and drop it into a small puddle that's not much bigger than itself, and it makes a large splash and displaces the water, causes quite a disruption. So our task, or our opportunity, our invitation and opportunity, is to expand the heart to be the ocean, to expand the heart to be the ocean, and allow the love and compassion that exists in the realms beyond this material existence to be what fills the heart and guides the heart and generates the experience of the heart. And know that the veils between our worlds are thinning as the vibration is increasing on the planet. The veils are thinning. And soon this jagged rock of our planet Earth will be completely immersed in this much larger cosmic ocean of unconditional love and compassion. And you can do this now. You can be here now. You can bring that love and that light and that compassion into your heart and allow your heart to fill with that experience of light and love and compassion, and to be guided to expand beyond the material realm into the ocean, and if you want at this time, just call on those jagged rocks in your life that are creating, and there can be in your personal life or in the collective consciousness existence. Call on those jagged rocks right now. And just put them all into a small pile in front of you. All of the little jagged rocks. Put them into a small pile in front of you. And if you wish, you can put your hands over your heart and breathe into your heart center, breathing the unconditional love and divine light and eternal compassion, breathing that into your heart center. And letting your heart fill with this love. And again, if you notice any parts within you that are attached to those jagged rocks, remember we talked in the reading about non-attachment, letting go of the attachments, letting go of what the world has templated you to be a part of or to believe or to resonate with vibrationally. Just make the intention to unhook those hooks and release those attachments and let them sit right there with that pile of rocks. Take them out of your body, out of your heart, out of your mind, releasing all of that and placing it into that pile in front of you, that small pile in front of you, and letting the ocean of your heart fill with this pure divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion, and allow your heart, the ocean of your heart, to expand and swim in this existence of unconditional love, of divine light, of eternal compassion, breathing that in, giving yourself this gift. And know that you are completely immersed in this ocean. Again, if your body wants to float, if it wants to move, if it wants to ripple, let it have its experience in this ocean. Allow yourself to expand and expand and expand. And as your heart faces now back to that pile of rocks, just allow your heart again to pan out to expand, to get bigger and bigger and bigger with this ocean of pure divine light and unconditional love. And notice that pile of rocks getting smaller and smaller and smaller till they become the size of a grain of sand at the bottom floor of the ocean. Be the ocean. Be the ocean. Feel yourself held in this ocean and surrounded and caressed in the eternal compassion. Let those parts of you that have been conditioned to the unfriendly, the unkind, the cruelty, the forces of the domination and control and greed, any of that that has been templated in your psyche, just let that be released. Let it be transformed as your being floats and becomes one in this ocean of pure divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion. Just invite any of that old templating. In the reading talked about, I love through all of this unconditionally without separation. I am me. There is a part of me that must die, that must be sacrificed. Let the parts of you that have been templated with the belief patterns of this is the way the world is, this is the way the world works, this is the way things are here, and there's nothing I can do about it. Any of those voices, any of that part of the template, just let that be washed and cleansed. Let that be sacrificed. Let that go by the way of those small rocks, the jagged rocks. Let it go with them. And let your body and your mind and your heart and your energy and your soul and your spirit and your intellect, let all of that just be repaired by the essence of the divine light and unconditional love. Let yourself be restored to your original nature, the nature that you held in, as my teacher talked about, the world of pre-eternity, like before the time and space realm, before we entered this, there was one light, and we're all made from the one light. There is one spirit, and that breath of spirit is what breathes into us and gives us a conscious existence within this physical reality. So truly, the breath of spirit that breathes you is spirit living through you and manifesting through you. And you are a witness to this experience. The experience of Source living itself into this material realm and through this material realm. Your perception of separateness is only an illusion, a temporary illusion. Allow yourself to float in the ocean and expand with the ocean and ripple with the ocean, to move, to breathe, to sound, to feel yourself and experience yourself immersed in the unconditional love, the divine light, the eternal compassion. And again, letting, as you ripple through this ocean, letting it just break loose. Any of those grains of sand within your consciousness that have held to the old belief patterns of leadership, rulership, domination, control, that has been what has dominated our worldly realm for quite some time, for our lifetimes. or for this lifetime, shall we say. So just imagine your body like a fabric that is in a washing machine, and all of those particles of dust being the particles that hold those old energies and old belief patterns in place. Just imagine them being washed from your fabric as you float in this ocean. And they're being washed away and filtered out so that your being becomes clean and you can return to your original nature and be restored. We want to talk about some of the divine names. The divine names are made from the sacred sound codes that carry meaning. Sacred sound codes carry meaning in that the vibration that is produced when the sound is made, right? Everything is vibration. Sound produces vibration. That vibration of the sacred sound code vibrates at the same frequency as the energy of the thing it names. So when you speak in the sacred sound codes, you're actually close to the energy of the thing that you are speaking. So to return to your natural original state, we call on the sound code of Tawab, and the transliteration of that is T-A-W-W-A-B, Tawab. Tawab. And the source of all, we call on the source of all and ask for the attribute, the energy of Tawab, which Tawab means also to return, to repent, to forgive, to return to the natural rhythm. So call on Tawab and let that sound of Tawab, let that resonate through your body, through the fluids in your body, through the energy field of your body. And as those old particles are being washed and cleansed from your cloth, let your cloth return to its original state. Imagine a piece of clothing that's very worn out or substantially worn out. And imagine all of the dust particles being cleansed from it, and imagine it returning and restoring to its original shape and color and its original strength. Call on Tawab to return you as your fabric is being cleansed. Tawab, returning you to the knowing that you have within yourself, because it is the existence of your life force and your consciousness. Tawab, returning you to your original state. Restoring your conscious connection with your original state of divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion. Tawab. 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 And let Tawab aid you in forgiving. And remember, forgiving is not giving a pass to someone or something that is wrong or that is harmful, that is hurting. It's not giving a pass to that. It's releasing yourself from the confines of the restriction that it creates, that the wrongdoing creates. So you are freeing yourself from the effects of the wrongdoing. You are not saying the wrongdoing is okay. In forgiving, you are releasing yourself from the pain and you are releasing that pain from yourself. You're not saying it's okay, but you're allowing yourself to heal, to return, to be restored to your original embodied fluid existence. Doesn't mean that you can't still have an impact on what's wrong in the world. It means that you can have an impact on it, but it will not have an impact on you. Maya Angelou says, you may not control all the things that have happened to you in your life, but you can refuse to be reduced by them. This is that action right there. So calling on Tawwab and letting the forgiving nature of Tawwab release from you the particles and restore you, return you to your natural rhythm. And we can call on one more divine name, Al-Mu'id. It's M as in Mary, U, and then that glottal stop, the I, and the I-D, Mu'id, Mu'id, Mu'id. And that is the restorer, the one who restores. So we're returning to the natural rhythm with Tawwab and forgiving, releasing the attachments and the impacts and the effects of the wrongdoing, and Mu'id, restoring to your original state of light and love and compassion. Al-Mu'id, Al-Mu'id, Al-Mu'id. At-Tawwab, Al-Mu'id. And let's call on our source, the source of all of these divine attributes, divine names. And when we call on our source, we say Ya. That just means oh. Ya Tawwab. Ya Tawwab. We're calling on the one who forgives all and returns us to our natural rhythm, the all-wise, the true healer, At-Tawwab. And we call on Mu'id, Ya Mu'id, the one who restores us to our natural rhythm, to our natural state. The true healer, the all-wise. Ya Tawwab, Ya Mu'id. 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 And allow these vibrations of these sounds to waft through your energy body and to ripple through your fluid body and to shake loose the dust and restore you to your natural rhythm, return you to your natural state. Ya Tawwab, Ya Mu'id. Ya Tawwab, Ya Mu'id. Ya Tawwab, Ya Mu'id. Open your mind's eye. Know that there is more beyond, more dimensions than you can know even in the cosmic realms. I love you. I love the animals, the insects, the birds, the trees, water, air, rocks, mountains. Everything in creation is a part of me. Unconditional love. It is not separate from me. It is me. Allow yourself to feel and be immersed in this ocean of unconditional love. And let's just call on the angels, call on the prophets, call on the saints, the perfected ones, the healers, the helpers, the guides, the teachers, all who are here and present to assist and to help us as we move through our life journeys, in any of the residual of those small jagged rocks, the grains of sand, the dust particles from your fabric. Let's just ask them to completely filter those out of your existence and take them and just put them in their rightful place as we transition into this era of unconditional love and peace. Practice feeling yourself swimming in this ocean and acclimating your body, your cellular consciousness, your nervous system, your mental body, all of your being, and of course your heart. Acclimate yourself to swimming in this ocean of unconditional love, and allow the eye of your heart to be the eye through which you see, the eye that interprets what you see, the eye that resonates with unconditional love and can hold the unconditional love and be held in the unconditional love. Practice this. Swim in this ocean. Remind yourself constantly, just because the air around us is more aerated than the water of the ocean, just imagine it as one big ocean of varying humidity levels. One big ocean of varying humidity. And you are floating in this ocean and swimming about this ocean. And cosmically speaking, when you're doing your meditation, just let your being swim. Let it swim into the ocean. Let it swim through the air. Let it swim in the clouds. Let it swim beyond the cosmos and into the cosmos. Soar through space, if you will. Let yourself have that freedom. And let your heart carry that unconditional love and view the existence through the eye of the unconditional love as you travel through the time and space realm and explore. And allow yourself, as you move through space and as you rest into your body, just allow yourself to be cleansed and let all of those dust particles be filtered out of your environment. Let your environment be cleansed and purified by the pure divine light, infused with the unconditional love and held in the eternal compassion. Ya Tawab, returning you to your natural rhythm. Ya Mu'id, restoring you to your natural state. Ya Tawab, Ya Mu'id. Ya Tawab, Ya Mu'id. And let's imagine the entire planetary existence. And imagine the entire planetary existence, all of our world held in the same ocean and moving through this ocean as the same as that fabric, being cleansed of its dust particles, having those filtered away from the planet, transmuted, transformed, purified. So the ocean of existence that encompasses the entirety of our planet is pure divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion, cleansing, purifying, and healing and restoring, returning and restoring the entire planet and all of the existence of our entire planet. And let's visualize that for a moment And again, calling on the divine names Ya Tawab, Ya Mu'id, to return the entirety of the planet and to restore it to the natural rhythms of divine light and unconditional love and eternal compassion. Ya Tawab, Ya Mu'id. 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 And take a moment and be with your breath and be with your heart. And allow your heart to bow in gratitude. And if you've been swimming around the cosmos, I invite you to bring your consciousness, your connection to your body, and be present in your body. You can stretch out your feet and wiggle your toes, circle your ankles, feel your presence all the way into the soles of your feet. You can stretch out your legs and circle your hips, and let that circle of your hips go all the way up your spine. Feel the core of your body. Let your arms outstretch, circle your wrists, stretch out your hands and your fingers. Feel your presence into the palms of your hands and your fingertips and in your arms. And let that spine ripple all the way up through your neck and into your head. Feel your presence there. Take a deep inhale into the core of your body, the center of your body. And as you exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl, landing in your pelvic space. Okay. And we'll open now for Q&A, discussion, sharing. If there's anything that you have that you would like to share, I would love, love, love to hear it. If you're listening to the recording, you're welcome to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. To find information for joining the call, go to joyfullylivingwellness.com, joyfullylivingwellness.com. You can also go to communityforconsciousliving.com, communityforconsciousliving.com. While you're there, you can pick up your copy of the 10 Spiritual Principles of Our Human Existence. It's a one-sheet reminder that you can print out multiple copies to remind yourself with just one sheet who you are, what this world is about, why we're here, and help you to restore and return to your natural rhythm, natural state. It's a reminder. It comes with a 15-minute guided meditation that will guide you to reconnect and embody that divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. And let me say now, you already embody it because it is what gives you life force into your physical form. You wouldn't be here without it. You are it. It is you. But it helps you, your conscious mental body, to remember and reconnect with and be. To be the change you wish to see in the world. To be it now. Knowing that the world is transforming and is catching up. All right, and with that, I'm ending the recording and closing the recording and opening for the Q&A. Thank you.